So the government is giving a big push towards housing in Mumbai. So I think the first step they've taken towards this push is basically just completely revamping the infrastructure of Mumbai. I think that makes connectivity easier, which will help people move from one place to the other. I think that aside from that, they're making a massive push for housing. I think that in terms of SRA, like slum rehabilitation development, I think Mahada, in terms of housing that they're going to try to create, I think they're trying to create a lot of project affected persons units like PAP units, which will basically help them clear impediments towards infrastructure expansions or maybe gardens or whatever, like reservations which need to be like effected. I think that the push that the government is giving towards creating this kind of housing is very, very important. I think that few schemes that they're paying specific attention to solve Bombay's problems. One of them is the slum rehabilitation scheme, where recently they came up with a regulation to do away with individual consents, which was a major hurdle in redevelopments of slums. And this will help because now a society by majority having voted can proceed for redevelopment without having to wait for individual consents. I think that makes a big difference in slums, where pockets of people kind of start going from one developer to another and just make it an unsustainable process. MHADA redevelopment has been given a big boost in the DCPR 2034. The FSI that is granted in MHADA layouts is high, and therefore the housing which is created is a lot more. And in the process, MHADA also tends to get more housing. Redevelopment of old cessed tenanted buildings has also been given good incentives because landlord tenanted buildings, particularly in South Bombay, are in desperate need of redevelopment. The government recognizes that and has given some good incentives in 2021 for that. Last but not the least, which is most important and most prevalent today, is the cluster development scheme, which I think is seeing, the government is giving a massive push towards cluster development because they don't want individual towers to come up, and burdening the infrastructure of the city. They want things to happen in a more planned and, like in a large scale manner, simply because then they can enforce getting some more open spaces as a part of the layout, and also you can have more like better parking facilities, and you can enforce upon environmental features as well on larger projects as opposed to smaller projects. Leave aside the fact that these projects, when planned well, will also give more light and ventilation to people in their homes as opposed to standalone towers next to each other where you can literally shake hands with the next door neighbor that you have. I think that these kind of boosts are big.